Hello there, good evening. Daily show. Okay, so maybe some of you are aware, some of you are not aware. I'm on a daily live challenge of 5,000 word bank. That's a mighty challenge for a vocabulary to be built up. But then, when the challenges are mighty, the fun is more. Okay, so I'm on a mission basically to help those who are dreamers, those who dream and are willing to work hard, are dream to implement their dreams, are ready to convert their dreams to reality. Because true miracles happen on this earth. And we are talking of small things. There are bigger things in life to be done. So, anyone who aims or dreams to work, study, or migrate abroad is dreaming good. Go ahead, go on dreaming. It's doable and pretty easy and not that impossible or overwhelming a task. So, yes, oblige yourself. You should go out if you want to. You should go out to work if you want to. You should travel if you want to. Don't let them be the tiny sparks in your heart. Fan them, work hard for them, and make them a reality. Let the fire go ablaze. Yes, when you travel, you learn more. You get a deeper perspective. You get a deeper insight. In fact, you gradually realize who you are, where you are in the entire scene of things, how we get a sense of security within our own land, within our own country, yet we take it for granted. We presume, oh, it's all there, and we don't care for it. But when you go away from it, you go away from your region, go away from your country, go away from your community, uh, you get the pangs of missing. Yes, and then you realize what you are missing. So it's very important, there's a idiom: absence makes the heart grow fonder. So when you are denied something, you crave for it more. So it's all the more good if you want to go out. Now, if you want to go out to work, study, or migrate, you have to qualify a language proficiency test. Now, language proficiency test could be by way of any exam, call it IELTS, TOEFL, Pearson, Duolingo. You want to go GRE way, you want to go GMAT way, doesn't matter. All these are gateways uh, to go abroad, because that's how, if you get a high band on any of these exams, you get a high score on any of these exams, your chances of admission, your chances of getting selected, uh, torpedo, they go high, they rocket. Okay, so I'm deliberately using these words, throwing in, so that because we are on a vocabulary drive, right? So catch my balls. Let's see how many you can. Okay, my next is, earlier started with single words, then we started a narrative, a story where we were roping in our vocabulary. Then I started with collocations. Now I'm on a phrases phrases drive. Okay, so I'll first tell you what are phrases, why should you dwell on them or devote time to them. Number one, phrases are clusters or groups of words. It could be two words also. It could be three also. Depends. Okay, a cluster of word where they create a meaning because of that cluster, and they start working as some part of speech. Now you all are aware of the parts of speech. If not, I'll just go through. There are nouns, there are adjectives, there are verbs, there are adverbs, there are prepositions. So this cluster of words, it starts acting and doing that function, that work of this part of speech. It could act as a noun, it could act as a verb, though it may not be the verb etymologically speaking, literally speaking, right? It may not be verb. Verbs are doing words or action words, but at times they will not act as verb. They may act as a noun because they are in a cluster. Okay, infinitives may have been used, so they may start acting as some other part of speech. Other than their own work, they do some other work. So they are on deputation. In phrases, the cluster of words are performing some other work. So let me tell you, how many kinds of phrases are there? I just gave you a little example. There could be noun phrases, there could be verb phrases, and there could be adjective phrases, prepositional phrases, and whatever. Okay, so I'll once again reiterate, why should you learn phrases? We should learn phrases. Why? Because they improve our writing skill. When you use various phrases, your writing becomes more sophisticated and coherent, particularly coherence. And it becomes more engaging. It starts flowing. Okay, it just flows out. Next is it enhances your speaking skills. When you know different kinds of phrases, it helps in expressing your ideas more clearly and fluently. So this should tell you that phrases, collocations are something you cannot learn by heart. You may learn by heart, but they have to be practiced and made part of your jargon, of your lingua franca, of your language. Okay, so unless they become part and parcel of how you speak, how you write, they will not be as effective. So the real requirement of these phrases is to learn them on the go. Don't wait for any exam to happen. You may be a working professional, you may be a non-working professional, you may be a student, maybe at school level, maybe at graduation level, doesn't matter. Learn them on the go. There are so many kinds of phrases, so many different phrases. Okay, so it's so good. You may take just 10 per day, you may take 5 per day, but do take up some and start learning them. Okay, so when you take them up and start learning, you become more efficient in your language speaking and in your writing. Now, number 3 usage, it boosts your listening and reading comprehension. So what does it do? It boosts your listening and reading comprehension. How will it do it? Because you grasp the meaning of spoken words better. You will not take them superficially, what they stand for. You will go deeper into it. You'll get the inference, what it means, what it connotes. So you can deduce more meaning, better meaning. You have a better understanding. So obviously, everything goes up, everything becomes better, everything starts improving if you make these phrases a part of your language. Okay, so we were doing verb, basically prepositional phrases or verb phrases. There is going to be one verb, one preposition. So we may call them prepositional phrases, verbal phrases, whatever. So these phrases, what we will do is we'll take one main verb and a preposition associated with it. It could be, for example, I'll give you example. It could be look after, look over, look for, look into, look up, look forward to, look down on, look out for, look up to. So all these are different ways of looking at the word look. So you understand when I say how you can learn these phrases. Okay, so what you will do is you can take up any one main verb, explore how many are associated with it, explore how many are associated with it, and then you can start memorizing them, you can start using them. Okay, so how do we do it? You can start memorizing them. Now I'll share my screen. Okay, and I'll show you. I have picked up, I have spun a story around two main verbs. Mark it, it's going to be interesting. You have to be all ears. I hope you're ready with your notebook and a pen to write down the new phrases that we are going to do. You must sit every day with a pen and a pencil, and you should be ready mentally to do it and commit it to your memory. Try and pick it up as and when I'm doing. I'll be repeating. I am saying them twice and thrice. I am using them again and again. See that they become part of you. They become part of your language. Okay. So now What's this I have taken today? You just mark it. So, once upon a time, so today we are going to go on the adventure of two words, bring and carry. Now, you all know the meaning of bring. Bring, to bring something, to fetch something. And you all know the meaning of carry. You carry something, you hold something. Now, we are going to use these two words and use phrases with them. It's going to be adventure of bring and carry. Once upon a time, in the bustling town of Wordsville. Okay, so where are we? Bustling town. What is the meaning of bustling? Thriving town. Okay, of Wordsville. I've taken deliberately the meaning Wordsville. The name of the town is Wordsville. Two friends, bring and carry. Who are the friends? Bring and carry. They decided to go on an adventure. They decided to go on an adventure. They invited their friends, come and find, to join them. Are you able to get what I'm saying? What are the names of the names of the friends are bring and carry. Okay? And who friends? Which are the other friends they invite? Come and find. Now this is going to be fun. I am promising you, pay attention. So two friends, bring and carry, invite their two friends, come and find, to join them. Okay, now what happens? Let's see our chapter 1. The lost map brought up the idea of finding the hidden treasure in the enchanted forest. Okay, so the name of the chapter is Lost Map. So we will talk about these four words. Who are friends? Bring and carry our friends, come and find our friends, right? And the new chapter's name is The Lost Map. So bring brought up the idea of finding the hidden treasure in the enchanted forest. Enchanted spell forest, okay? They knew they needed a map. So they decided to look for in the old library. Now I use the word look for. So what does it mean? Look for, hunt for, find, explore. Okay. Now bring up, to mention or to introduce a topic. What does bring up mean? Let us bring this up in the meeting. Let us bring this up as we broach the conversation. Bring it up. Okay. So sentence would be bring brought up the idea of finding the hidden treasure. So one of the persons, the friends is bring. So bring brought up the idea of finding the hidden treasure. He searched the library and Carrie came across an old dusty map in one of the books. And who finds it? Carrie. He came across. Now, came across is a phrasal verb. He came just upon. He saw, okay, an old dusty map in one of the books. I hope you're following my story. Okay. Next is come across. So what which I just told you, come across is to find something by chance. So Carrie came across an old dusty map in one of the books. Let's go to chapter 2. The journey begins. The lost map is found, and now the journey begins. Okay, so maps in olden days were as important as GPS is to us today. So technology has changed. I do not dream of going out without the GPS. At times I wonder, what did we do 5 years back or 10 years back without the GPS? So thanks to our Sundar Pichai, that GPS takes us across cities, across states, across the country, and yes, perhaps inter-country too. That's the fun of GPS. So the journey begins. With the map in hand, they set out. Set out is a phrasal verb. On their adventure. They set out, they begin, they start. Okay. They had to bring along enough supplies for the journey. So they had to bring along, they had to carry, they had to take with them enough supplies for the journey. So enough supplies, more than enough. Fair. Okay. So bring along to take something or someone with you. Sentences, they have to bring along some supplies for the journey. Now let's proceed with the story. On their way, they came upon a rickety bridge. Rickety bridge, a shaky bridge. Okay, it was not a stable bridge. It was a rickety bridge. Bring looked over the map again to make sure they were on the right path. Looked over. Okay, so look over is a phrasal verb. So bring looked over the map again to make sure they were on the right path. Look over to examine or review something briefly. You look over. Before entering the examination hall, children tend to look over their notes as a revision. Okay, so you go over. So looked over the map again to make sure they were on the right path. Don't you look at GPS again and again? I do. Okay, at every turn I have to make sure I'm at the right place. So now the chapter 3, challenges and discoveries. As they moved deeper into the forest, they realized they had to carry out a plan to cross a wide river. Carry out. Okay, so what is the phrasal verb? Carry out. So as they are moving deeper inside into the forest, they realized that they had to carry out a plan to cross a wide river, because then they realize they come upon to a wide river, and how do they cross the river? Carrie took charge. Carrie, the name of the person is Carrier. You see how the words are synced with the characters, okay? Carrie took charge, organizing how they would get across safely. So what's the word? Get across. Again, this is a phrasal verb. They made a raft successfully. They made a raft successfully and successfully crossed the bridge. So what did they do? There were 4 of them. They make a raft. You know, raft is a plank of wood, and if you throw it in the river, it floats because of the buoyancy. Okay, the big ships float, even the rafts float. That's how the discoveries were made. So they made a raft and successfully crossed the river. Suddenly, they hear a noise and they decided to look into it. What's the phrase? Look into it. Okay. Now, what does look into mean? Look into means to investigate, to explore something, to go deeper and find out. Okay. So that is to investigate. What's the sentence here? They decided to look into the noise they heard. Followed the meaning? Look into the noise they heard. They found a clue that would bring them closer to the treasure. Now, with the sound they heard, they thought, they discovered that they got a clue. They found a clue. They chanced upon a clue which would bring them closer to the treasure. Excited, they carried on with renewed energy. Carry on, okay? Means they trudged on, persisted further on with renewed energy, replenished, refilled, recharged energy. Now, so what's the phrasal verb here? Carry on. To continue doing something, you persist in it. What's the sentence? They carried on with renewed energy after finding a clue. Now, chapter 4. The hidden treasure. The hidden treasure, after hours of searching, they finally found the spot marked on the map. Have you read some story, old books, where they talk about adventures of Huckleberry Finn? There was adventures of 7 boys. There are so many books on that. So if you're younger in the school, grades, go and read them. It really improves your language, and you do get you get a perspective about how the people across the boundaries think, and how they write their stories, they design the stories, they concoct their stories. Okay, So the last chapter, hidden treasure. After hours of searching, they finally found the spot marked on the map. They looked around and found an old chest buried under the tree. So they look around. Now you know the meaning looking around. They try to find out, to discover information. So they looked around and found out where the treasure was hidden. Opening the chest, they discovered the treasure. What is a chest? The tree, which was even more magnificent than they had imagined. So when they opened the treasure, they were imagining what the treasure would be. It would have glittering jewels, it would have shining ornaments, everything. The eyes would be dazzled. There'll be so much shimmer and glimmer. And when they actually opened it, it was much more magnificent than they had even imagined. They couldn't wait to bring it back to Wordsville and share their adventure with everyone. Okay, so bring back, to return something to its place of origin. Let's bring back joy and stress-free life. How can you bring back joy? By just setting your clear, setting your priorities, and then working for them. Incorporating all the aspects of your life, not just your studies, not just your work. It has to be inclusive. How? You have to look after your health, you have to look after your fitness, and not just physical fitness, mental fitness, not just mental fitness, your emotional fitness. If you're emotionally fit, believe me, your work soars high. So what you have to work on always is the inside and outside. So that is my tag mark. Okay, your inside and your outside. Whenever you undertake any task in life, you have to work on the inside and the outside. If only it is one side of the coin, it is one way approach, and life is the two-way journey. Okay, it's coming and going. So what you have to do is, to bring back joy, you want to bring back the bliss or the fun of living, you have to set your priorities right. You have to set your goals right. If you've not made them, please make them. Okay, make your goals, set your priorities right, and then go for them. Go for them without budging, without getting distracted. No temptations should stop you, because if you know the path, all these fanciful things, the addictions around you, the temptations around you, they will weaken, they will ebb away from you, because you are strong now. You are like a rock. So they will, like tides, these temptations will come, wash the feet of the rocks, and they will go back. So what do you want to do in life? Set your goals, set your priorities, and do it. And then start working for them. Zindagi na milegi dobara. You live life once, so live it to the most. Don't put off things, don't prevaricate. Jaldi se goals banaiye. How much do you want? What band do you want? कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी जाना है? बैंड डू दे रिक्वायर? कौन से इंस्टीट्यूट में काम, वीजा के लिए अप्लाई करना है, कितना बैंड आपको वंडरफुल स्कोर देगा वीजा में कि आपको फटाफट यू विल गेट द PR or the provincial or the federal visa, or whatever you are looking for, residential or the green card. अगर आपको कुछ करना है तो जल्दी कीजिए. Bring back is to return something to its place of origin. They couldn't wait to bring back the treasure back towards it. They carried back the chest, proud of their successful adventure. So carry back is to take back something to where it came from. They carry back the chest, proud of their successful adventure. So you followed? Now that was an interesting story. Yes or no? Wasn't it an interesting story? Fine. So we come to the end of our show today. So today we did a lot of phrasal verbs. Along with it, I kept throwing the words at you. They were new, along with giving you the meaning. I hope you got all the balls. Okay, so write them to your notebook. Writing, you will speak it in your mind. When you write, you speak it in your mind, so your learning becomes deeper and better. Okay, and if you miss, you will try to find out where is the place you will find out what you have missed. I'll give you the link of my YouTube channel. uh, every day I go live there and I put all the resources there, so go to that, pick up your resources, continue uh, your drive in your notebooks. Now the story has taken me longer than every day anyway. And yes, one more announcement. Yesterday Sunday podcast was postponed due to some unforeseen thing, and I shall be doing the podcast soon, perhaps today, perhaps tomorrow. Wait, I'll let you know, I'll announce it. So bye for today. More power to you.